Does it frustrate you that your BFF can eat junk food and not gain any weight at all, but you have one little old jelly bean and you gain a pound? A lot of folks have that frustration. I see it in my own family. Well, scientists say the trillions of bacteria living in your gut have a surprising effect on your weight. So let's look at it this way. This is the inside of your intestines. See, now look at the little green dots now. Let me put them in there. Green dots go there. Now, those are 100 trillion bacteria. They live inside your GI tract. They make up 90% of the cells in your body. There's literally more bacteria than your own cells. Now, in your gut, they're all struggling to be fed. And they even send messages to your brain yelling, feed me, feed me. So you do. Unfortunately, you often use the wrong kinds of foods like sugar and carbs and processed foods that feed bad bacteria. See how many different bacteria there are there now? They're not supposed to be there. And there's lots of them. And the more bad bacteria that grow, the more you gain weight. The good guy bacteria, the greens aren't that much present anymore. The bacteria in your gut ends up becoming the fat factor you don't know about. Is it possible? Is it real? Writer Beth Levine asked herself this very question and turned herself into a human guinea pig, hoping to end her long-term fight with that extra 10 pounds.
I've always been that person trying to lose 10, 20 pounds. I tried diets, I tried exercising, but ultimately it just doesn't stick. So when I got an assignment to write an article, try something new to get healthier and lose weight, I was totally game. So here's what the assignment was. Try to change my gut bacteria because recent medical research is showing that it's directly related to your health and to your weight. So I decided to run my own personal little experiment and see if I could actually change the bacteria in my gut. There's a company online that sells you kits that will test your bacteria in your gut. So I decided to use 2 kits. I'd use this one as a before I did my diet, and this one afterwards to see if I actually changed anything. Using the kits is very charming. You send in a stool sample. All right, it's not that disgusting, but you do it, and then they take it and analyze it for you. So the results came back on the first kit, and surprise, surprise, I'm a little high in the sugar-craving bacteria and kind of low in the fat-fighting bacteria. My next step was to start my gut-changing diet. Experts say that sugar and carbs fuel the fat-promoting bacteria, so I had to take them out of my diet. And then I had to eat things to promote the healthy bacteria, such as probiotics, prebiotics, and fermented foods. So after 2 weeks, I lost almost 10 pounds. Yay for me. But the real question remained, did I change my gut bacteria for the healthier? Time for that second kit. I took another sample, mailed it off, and waited for the response.
Beth Levine is here with all of her bacteria. So, after 2 weeks on the elimination diet, the big question we're all waiting to hear is what happened to your precious gut bacteria? Did they change? What are the final tests?
Well, the interesting thing is most experts that I had talked to said 2 weeks is not going to be enough. You need like 6 weeks to 6 months. And I have to say, the unhealthy bacteria went down 50%.
You're kidding me.
And the healthy ones went up 20%.
These are gargantuan changes.
Yeah,
These are
yeah.
trillions of bacteria differences just from feeding them the right stuff. So let's ask the audience. If you've been struggling with that 10 pounds extra that Beth's been talking about, would you consider changing the composition of your gut by changing how you eat? Yeah. Would you do it? All right. So the question is, how do you feed it right? Joining me now is Josh Axe. He's a doctor of natural medicine. He's author of Eat Dirt. Josh, welcome back. So Dr. Axe wrote this concept about eating dirt in a tome, a book for us, but I'm fascinated. How does our gut contribute to our ability to deal with weight issues, in particular, folks who are stuck at a high weight?
Sure. Well, you know, Dr. Oz, I think a lot of people tend to think that probiotics and your digestive health just has to do with digestion, when in fact, it's absolutely linked to your metabolism and weight gain. In fact, certain probiotics and bad bacteria in your gut are responsible for hormone production. And this is why, Dr. Oz, I want to say this to a lot of our viewers, it's not your fault. A lot of people out there today can't lose the weight, especially that last 5 or 10 pounds. And part of it has to do with that bacteria. If your bacteria is off in your gut, those hormones aren't released in the right amounts. And if anyone's ever struggled with cravings, it's because your gut bacteria is off.
So Dr. Axe has 3 simple ways you can actually change the bacteria in your gut so you can lose weight. We're going to start off by eating dirty, which may not mean what you think it means. It's eat dirt vegetables.
It is. You know, a lot of times when people hear dirt and germs, they get afraid and they think, well, that can't be good for me. What we're finding now is that the diversity of microbes and probiotics in your gut is essential for our health and for weight loss. And so what I recommend my patients do, Dr. Oz, is go to their local farmer's market, go to a health food store, and buy dirty carrots. You can see on here on these carrots, they're not squeaky clean. In fact, there's a little bit of dirt on those. Those are called soil-based organisms or soil-based probiotics. I call them the king of probiotics, and they're some of the most powerful for increasing probiotic diversity, supporting weight loss, versus these carrots, squeaky clean, and this can actually decrease the probiotics in your gut versus getting soil-based organisms, untouched, untainted.
So,
healthy.
for example, I mean, if I was at home, see how the tip of this carrot is sort of dark?
Yes.
I would cut that off. I'd rub this whole thing down. I shouldn't do that. I should just, like that.
Go right into it. There you go. You're losing weight right now. I can see it.
This is away. All right. Next, you have to eat prebiotic fiber foods.
Absolutely. You know, think about it like this. Prebiotics are the fertilizer for the probiotics in your gut. It's what they're going to feed off of as well. Asparagus, one of the most powerful. It also boosts a antioxidant in your body called glutathione. Artichokes, maybe the most powerful prebiotic out there. Onions and garlic are also very high. And then everybody's favorite, raw local honey. Hey, you can lose weight and satisfy your sweet tooth, and helping bolster your immune
It's so cool
system.
how the body's supposed to work. We just let
is
it do what it's
amazing.
supposed to do. All right, and finally, we want to consume foods that are sour. These are things that most of you shy away from, except maybe the sauerkraut here. But explain why sour foods are so valuable.
Sure. Well, one of the things I've taught my patients, Dr. Oz, over the years is to embrace the power of sour. You know, we're so addicted to sweet and salty in our culture, and there are even studies showing that sour foods decrease the cravings you have. Some of my favorites here are coconut kefir, regular kefir. We have kombucha, another fantastic one, apple cider vinegar, sauerkraut and kimchi, fermented vegetables, and miso. These are all packed with probiotic-rich foods. So fermented dairy, fermented vegetables, some of the best here to get in your diet.
Apple cider vinegar must be the supplement of the year. I mean, I hear about it more and more. Come on down here. I want everyone to take 2 seconds now and pay attention. It's really important. Dr. Axe says, in your experience, everyone has one of 5 gut types. So we're going to give you these names real quick. You're going to describe them. I want folks to try to find themselves in all this.
Yeah.
And we're going to put a 30-second quiz, a very short quiz on DrOz.com so you can actually really identify yourself. But as a starter, walk us through it. Number 1, do you have a candida gut? What do those folks have?
Right, well, with candida gut, that's going to be anybody suffering with weight gain is a big one. Also, if you have a white coating on your tongue, any sort of yeast issues, that's a big sign you have candida gut. You look pretty good, a little bit there. We can.
As a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I was just losing weight.
Great. You're great.
I was
now.
losing
You're
weight
looking good.
seconds ago. All right.
You're looking great.
Toxic gut.
Toxic gut, anybody struggling with a digestive issue that's problems with digesting fat, gallbladder issues such as gallstones or gallbladder removal, liver issues, but anybody who's been exposed to toxins, that can actually kill probiotics in the gut, affecting the body as well.
The immune gut.
Immune gut is anybody struggling with food sensitivities, autoimmune disease, even inflammatory bowel issues. And that's a big one today, and that's probably the most severe form of what I call leaky gut or gut types.
What about the stressed gut? What do they feel?
Stress gut is another one that is correlated with weight gain. That typically affects your hormones that have to do with metabolism and really affects the organs, your thyroid and your adrenal gland. So a lot of those people who can't lose that last 5 or 10 pounds, many of them have a stressed gut type and their hormones are imbalanced.
And finally, gastric gut, the stomach gut.
Gastric gut is really anybody who might have basic digestive issues or what they think are basic, acid reflux, gas, bloating, or even a condition called SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And a lot of that has to do with pH. So consuming fermented vegetables, as we talked earlier, is key for gastric gut. And that's one of the things I lay out in my book, Eat Dirt, is the specific 5 gut types.
All right, so we're going to put that 30-second quiz that everyone can take to find out your type of gut issues on DrOz.com. And be sure to check out Josh's new book. He just mentioned it. It's called Eat Dirt. You don't have to actually do it all the time, but it helps you out. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.